Hello and welcome guys to ExcelSutra. So today I'm going to talk about the software which is Excel. I mean the spreadsheet program. Guys, this is very widely used spreadsheet program in the world, not just in India. And we are going to go through introduction of this software. I mean I'm considering that you are using this software as a first time, and we are going to go simple in this. This is just an introduction to Excel. So to start Excel in your PC, just give a run command and run type Excel. It will open Excel for you. Okay, so this is how it looks. This is Office 2021 version of Excel, and this is how it looks when we open it. They have given so many templates for us to choose from and start working. There are so many templates. You can go online searching for templates also. But uh, let's see. Now, there are templates. Below here are my worksheets, which I have worked on. I mean, 2 hour ago I was working on this. 4 hour ago I was working on this, and so this is what this is a list in the worksheet workbooks which I have worked in. Okay, so now let's start with blank workbook. So as you can see, this is a interface of workbook of Excel. Workbook name is book one. It is by default giving it a book name, workbook one name, and sheet is sheet one. We can add sheets from here. Okay, sheet two, sheet three. We can add sheets from here. Okay, I'm deleting them. We can delete from here too. If you want, you can rename the sheet to second. I mean, I can give any name I want. Okay, here we can hide this sheet too. See, if we have some data here, and we want to show this data only, and want to hide this sheet, then we can hide this sheet. Okay, this sheets is hide. Now, if you want to see it again, we can unhide it. Okay. Now let's start from menus. As you know, every application has menus. File menu is there. In file menu, I can go save as, info, print, etc. In home menu, we have options like copy, cut, copy, paste. These are formatting options. I will get back to these formatting options later. Conditional formatting, sort and filter data, everything is there. In insert, we can insert pivot table, table illustrations and everything. So this is how it looks like. These are formulas, data, review, view, developer. Developer is some advanced level Excel. Okay, we will get back to developer next time. If you are using the Excel first time in your PC, you may not see developer tab in your Excel. We have to go into options and add it. So let's, for instance, we can skip developer tab. Okay, now let's come down here. Whatever we can see here, it is a formula bar. We call it a formula bar. Here it gives, this is a name of cell in which I am active. So see, I am active in cell 1. It is giving me A1. A is a row, A is a column, and 1 is a row. So wherever column and row intersects, it gives a cell a name. Okay, so this is how it names cell C3, D4, D3, D2. So this is a cell name. Okay, for every cell in Excel, they have given different name. To know how many cells are there or to how many rows and columns are there, I'm going here. In total, 16,500 something rows are there, in columns are there. And in rows, we have 1 lakh 48, 10 lakhs 48,000 rows. Okay, so this is what we can store. I mean, we can store 10 lakh rows of data and 16,000 columns of data in it. Okay. To go into end, what I'm doing is I'm pressing control and I'm pressing side arrow. So that is taking me to the last column. And from here, I'm pressing control again and pressing down arrow. That is taking me to the last row. Okay. So this is how we can operate in Excel. Now let's start with this. So we have a A1 cell, we have a B2 cell. Now, why they are giving numbers to these cells? I mean, why there is a different name for every cell in Excel? This is why. So let's add some value. I am adding 5,000 in cell B2 and I am adding 7,000 in cell B3. Now what I want is in cell F7, I want total. I want total of these two values. So what I will do is I will say B2 plus I want B3. Okay. You see what it is doing? It is highlighting. It is highlighting these cells which I have put in here. And if I press enter now, it will give me sum. Okay. If I wanted deduction, I will say minus this value. It is giving me minus 2000. And the best part is if I change something here, if I change this to 10,000, it will change 3,000 to automatically. I mean, this is how dynamic things are in Excel. Okay, if we change something here, this changes automatically. So let's say if I have some data which changes from day to day basis, or even data can change hourly or by minute. Okay, data changes. So whenever data change, I want some specific value based on that data. So I have a formula, and whenever data changes, my output value automatically changes. So this is how dynamic Excel works. Okay. Now let's see some stuff based on uh, real, I mean based on data. I mean I need some data, right? So I'm going to take data from one Excel file. What I'll do is I'll go to file. I'll say book one. I have some data in book one. So I'm taking this data. Okay. I'm copying this. I have copied this data from another Excel file. Okay. And I'm going to paste it in my Excel file. Okay. Now since this data is already formatted, what I'm doing is I'm copying this and pasting this with paste special options. And I want values only on, I don't want any formatting and all. So boom, every formatting and everything is gone. Only values are there. Okay. And I don't need this columns anymore. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting all columns and I'm pressing control minus. I'm pressing control minus by selecting all columns. So columns are getting deleted. Okay. Now I will do formatting for you guys. See now, I'm not being able to see sale amount properly here. So what I will do is I will go to this and I'll double click here. So this is now better. I don't need this values. So I'll select them and say delete. Now what I'll teach you is I mean see in Excel we can use mouse also, but we Excel geeks assume that using mouse in Excel is like a crime. Okay, so let's see how we can format this data without using my mouse or without using touchpad on your laptop. Okay, so now I am selecting this. What I'm doing is I am see by mouse I am in cell A1. Now I want to select the data. I'm going to product. I'm going to C3 cell. Now I am pressing shift and down. So what it is doing is it is selecting everything, selecting the cell and it is selecting it. Now I am saying control shift plus down. When I say control shift plus down, it goes to whatever data row, I mean, whatever there is, I mean, it is finding there is blank in 21 cell. It is blank in row 21C in column C. So C21 is blank. So it is stopping here. I'm now pressing, I'm control shift up arrow. I'm pressing control shift up. Now it is going to product ID. Okay. So this is how it works. Now I want side columns also. So I'm saying control shift and side button. So it is going to end column or cell where data is present. If it is a blank, it won't it will go until it is there is data. Okay. Now I want to give borders to this. Okay. So I'm pressing Alt H B and A. So basically what it doing is when I press Alt, it is going to these tabs. Now if I press F, it will go into file tab. If I press H, it will go into home and for insert and everything. So I pressed H. Now it is giving numbers to everything, or AL for alignment and everything. So for borders, I needed B. So I pressed B. Now in borders, there are options. Okay. And for all options, there are numbers. So for all borders there is A. So I pressed A and I got all border. Now I'm again selecting the data. Now what I want is I want outside border to be thick. Okay. Then I'll say Alt H B and T. So every outside border is thick. Now I want first row to be look like headers, right? So I'll outside border this also Alt H B T. Okay. So now it is looking like a header, but still I want to color it and everything. So now I want these borders to be bold. I want these headers to be bold. So I'm pressing Alt H1. So it is bold, and I'm pressing Alt H A C. So it is middle aligned. Okay. Now what I want is I want to color these headers. I'm saying Alt H F C, and I want them to be white. Okay. So I can select this by arrows on my keyboard. Now all the headers are white. Okay, headers are there. The product ID is written in this cell, but it is white, so that is why it is not appearing. And now I'll color the Alt H and I want gray color. Okay, so now it is looking nice, but still I want these amounts to be in rupees and everything. Okay, price are in rupees, right? So I'm selecting everything and I want this all to be shown in rupees or dollars or something. So I'm pressing Alt H and then AN for formatting, and there is rupees. Okay, now this is looking congested. Okay, so I'm doing is I'll select columns F, column G, and column H, and I'll just drag this. What it is doing is it is doing same length for every column and it is widening the column. Okay, now I want sum of all cells. So what I'll do is I'll add formula here. I'll say is equal to sum, and I'll take this every cell. I'm taking range from G4 to G20. When there are two or more cells selected at the same time, it is called as a range. Okay, so now I'm selecting this range and saying enter. It is giving me sum of that range, 55,332. If you want to check this in Excel, what we can do is we can select this, and range can be shown here also. Here they show range 55,332. Okay, and I'm doing same for commission. What I'm doing is I'm control C, I'm saying control C, copy, and I'm pasting it here on beside column. I'm saying control V. So you see now what Excel did here is it copied the formula. It didn't copy the value, which is 55,332. It didn't copy the value. It copied the formula G20, G4 to G20, and it pasted it here. But while pasting it here, it changed the G value to H value because row changed. Okay. So this is how relative references work in Excel. So when I copy this formula and paste it here into this column or this row, what happens is there is when I copy this control C and paste it here, there is formula in this cell, but there is no value here. Okay, so it is giving me 0. But now if I go and add 5,000 here, it will give me 5,000 down there also. So this is how referencing works. If I copy this formula and paste it down, if I copied this and paste it down, so what it is doing is it is giving me sum from G18 to G34. Okay. So it is relative referencing kind of a thing. If you go down, it will also go down. Range will also go down. If you go sideways, range will also go sideways. Okay. Now I'm deleting this. Okay. To and now I'm deleting this also. I want to do formatting for this also. I'm pressing Alt H BT Alt H1 Alt H Alt H. I want gray color to here. Alt H FC. I want white. Okay. So this is how Excel kind of works for formatting and everything. Now we saw everything about numbers till now. Okay. Some formulas in Excel works on text as well. Okay. If you want to see, I'm just giving you an example. So see, this is a text. This is not a number. Okay, this is ABC 123 kind of format. Okay, so this is a text, and for this text, I want to do something to this text. I want to get both text in one column. Say I want I want this cell to be written as APID 2. Okay, APID 2. I want this cell to be written as salesman name first and then product ID. I want this cell to be written as that. So what I will do is I'll start with is equal to. I'll take some blank cell. Okay, then I'll say and. Okay, while saying and, I will select this cell. Okay, I'll say and again. Now I want a space in between, right? So what I will say is I will enter double quotes. I'll enter space in here. I'll enter double quotes again. Okay, and I'll say and again. And in this and I want this. So this is how formulas work on text as well in Excel. You see, what I did was I took a blank cell from here. Now let's understand some different things. Like in this quantity, I want this quantity to be in middle. I'll say Alt H A C, and it is taking it in middle. Okay. So this is how alignment works. I want this range to be in middle. Alt H A C, it is in middle. Okay. Now let's say I want to put a date here. I'm putting a date as 22/08/2022. Okay. Now this cell, it changes its formatting to date automatically. Okay. But now there is some value. There is some 91,000, some value is there. Okay. And I don't want this value to be like this. I want this in accounting value. So then accounting is there. Okay. So this is how formatting and everything works. Once you start exploring Excel yourself now, after this introductory part is over, once you start exploring yourself the Excel, you will get to know many things. If you have any doubts or if you want any specific things in introduction, then you can comment below. I will explain them to you. Now let's see some kind of advanced functions. What I'm doing is I'm selecting range here. Okay. And now I'm putting a filter to it. Okay. Now here there are only 16 rows of data. Okay. But once you work in Excel and you have big data, you need to filter it. So now I want to filter it to PID 2. I want to see cells which are done for product 2 only. So it is how it works. It is hiding the rows in between. Okay. Now I want to see sales for PID 4. Let's say for so PID 4 there is only one cell. I'll say I want to see for PID 6. So PID 6 there are 5 cells. And it is on row number 7, row number 9, row number 12 and row number 18. Okay. So this is how it works. Rows are hidden in between this table. Okay. When we filter it. Okay. And you can filter any column or any column in data. Okay. We can say we want to see cells which is done by B only. So here are cells done by B only. Okay. Yeah. So this is how it works. And yeah, this should be enough for introduction part. In this you can change the view as well if you want to change. Look, this is a normal view. If you want to change it to this view, you can change it to that. This is what it says. I mean, if we print this sheet, if we say control P and we are printing it, then it will print this on one page and this on another page. So if we want it on one page only, what we will do is we will adjust this. Okay. Now this you can see this dotted line, right? This is a page break line. Okay. Now if we go into page layout view, it is giving one page print only. Okay, so this is how printing settings are there. Other printing settings are as good as normal things. So I will not go into other printing settings. And this is a page break view. Okay, so this is page one. If there is data, there is more data, it will go into page two and page three and everything. Okay, but if you are working, you should work in normal way only. I mean, I have not worked in other type of things. I like to work in normal layout. And this by this you can zoom in and zoom out. Okay, this is just for zooming in and zooming out. If you are showing data on presentation or something like that, you may want to zoom in to your data, and now this is how data is shown. Okay, another thing, another important thing. See, if I want to show this data only, I want to hide everything else. What I will do is I will go on row 23. I'll say Control Shift and down arrow. And what I'll say is hide all rows. Okay. So what it is doing is it is hiding all rows below 21. There are more than 10 lakh rows below 2022. So I have hidden all of them. Same we can do for formulas as well. I'm hiding them. Okay. Formulas are hidden. Now let's make this more presentable. Okay. What we will do is we will put a colors in background. Okay. So I want colors. I'll put dark, light blue or something sort of. So I'm putting colors everywhere except this two cells. Okay. I'm using mouse to put colors. Okay. But using mouse in Excel is a crime. Okay. So this is how it works. So yeah, it should be enough for introduction. Let me know if you have any specific doubts or anything to ask for an introductory part. I'll be happy to make more videos on such kind of things. Okay. Thank you.